You have a tracking portfolio. You began in January of 2014, and the tracking portfolio, the M.B., that stands for Milton Berg?
That's what it is.
That's what, see, kidneys, is up 77.4%. The S&P is up 51.28. So as far as going back just that far, you're outperforming the S&P, giving you a little credibility so that you can tell everyone the December 24th low is in, and we're now in an extended bull market.
Extended bull market.
Early stages of a new extended bull market.
Well, our projections are as high as 3207 sometime in the next 12 months.
On the S&P.
In the S&P 500, right.
In the next how long?
Sometime in the next 12 months. We have a classic bear market bottom December 24th. 5-day volume highest in 2 years going into the low. The rate of deceleration to the downside was 7.65%. It came right out of it 6.5% in 5 days. Typical bottoming of a bear market, and the 30 days post the low had typical bull market action. 10 days into the rally, breadth was 2.36 to 1 on the upside on a 10-day average, which is, again, what you see early on in bull market stages. The Fed is in favor of us. The Fed panicked along with the investors in the market. Powell had no reason to pause, in my opinion. He should continue what he's doing, but he panicked, and that's also typical of bear market bottoms. The Fed panics, and the Fed starts lowering rates. They haven't lowered rates, but you don't need lower rates to get a bull market. All you need is a pause, and we're getting that pause. One other point, just very important. Yes. We track IPOs on a 90-day basis. We count all IPOs. We had the lowest number of 90-day IPOs in 5 years. Same thing we saw at the 2009 low. Same thing we saw at the 1988 low. Same thing we saw at the 2003 low. So typical early bull market action.
Well, what does that mean? The backlog in IPOs, I'm told, has never been higher.
Yes, but they won't bring it to market. They're afraid to bring it to market, and that is what you see at a bottom.
So you think now that the market?
Oh, now that the IPOs are fine for a bull market.
Yeah.
But at the bottom of a bear market, IPOs dry up.
Yep.
You like? I mean, a quick, since it plays into what we were talking about. I don't want to have another Fed discussion, but. You think the Fed should not be targeting inflation? You think
I think the Fed should target 0.00% inflation, not 2%. The Fed's job is stable currency. The United States dollar is down 99% since the Fed came into action in 1916. So they're not doing their job. 2%, where do they get that from?
As far as top sectors, and this is, I guess, derived technically as well, computer science and medical devices.
Well, computer software. And medical devices. We own a company called BAT, Biotelemetry. It's like the Ring doorbell for the heart. Wherever you are in the world, your physician can see how your heart is acting on the internet. So that's and they're leaders in this field. They have patents in this technology. So we think medical devices as well as computer software are leading this rally.
Milton, what did you think of the GE deal with Danaher?
We actually recommended Danaher for quite a number of years. Danaher is one of the oldest stocks in the New York Stock Exchange, and we like the way Danaher is managed. I don't know about GE, but we know it's great for Danaher. They're amazing in their acquisitions.
You like retail or not?
I think we're in the early stages of a big decline in retail. You know, the brick and mortar stores. You have to have a company like Lowe's. People go to Lowe's because they can't buy these items on the internet. So and Best Buy is executing excellently because they're both a combination of internet and brick and mortar store. But retail in general, no. The apparel and shoes, I'd say forget about buying those kind of stocks.
McDonald's?
McDonald's is just executing pretty well. It's not a high growth stock, but earnings are still growing year after year, so it's one on a recommended list as well.
One that you like a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, O'Reilly, AutoZone, O'Reilly Automotive.
Again, because people don't buy those stuff on the internet. So
AutoZone was at a 52-week high yesterday.
Yeah, it's doing very well. But the reason is because there's certain items that you're just not going to go on Amazon and purchase it.
Well, there's the service that comes with it, too. Like
exactly.
By the window, windshield wipers, they'll come out and install
Exactly.
Yeah.
Milton, are you in cannabis stocks as well?
No, I've never touched those things.
How about Bitcoin?
I don't inhale.
I see you made some comments. Did you call it?
No, we call the top of Bitcoin. Yeah, we call basically to the day. Bitcoin, we did a lot of work on currencies. Milton Friedman says the U.S. dollar is a fiction because the only reason it has value is because the government gives it value.
Are you named after him?
I think he may be named after me.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
However, Bitcoin has no government backing and has no intrinsic value. You've never had a currency that lasted that neither government's fiat backing and neither had intrinsic value. Now, gold has intrinsic value, no government backing. The dollar has no intrinsic value, but has government backing. Bitcoin has neither of those, so it's not a real currency.